Pause is a coffee, beer, and wine concept that I brought to my hometown of Wisconsin Dells. I felt that there was a real void here. We have our supper clubs and we have our dive bars, and I just thought there was room for a little something in the middle, more of a lounge, some place for neighbors to come and really connect and have real conversations. I'm going from the 21-year-olds right through later middle-aged upper class. What really surprised me about this area is that a lot of the people that I see drinking straight Miller Lite at the bars are in here trying not just one wine, not just your standard Riesling, but trying every wine that I have on my list, and that's a really nice thing to see. My first impressions of box wine were a little bit above the level of what I expected, and I was really pleased with the packaging that came through. I thought the look was pretty clean cut and a little bit classier. So it was nice, something that I could actually throw on my shelves and be proud to display. The thing I like about wine bottles is that people automatically accept them. They're the standard, and it's viewed as a very beautiful packaging. When people see a wine bottle with a beautiful label on it, they're expecting quality right away. The thing that I don't like about wine bottles is the difficulty in storing. It's difficult to keep racks and racks downstairs, and to keep them all angled downward. It's sort of a guessing game as far as how many bottles need to be upstairs at one time to keep the corks from drying out versus how many I need to keep downstairs angled. So storage, I would say, is the biggest issue with those. And also, of course, then waste. It's just, if I don't have someone drinking Villa de Lopes for 3 days, then I'm going to be pouring that bottle down the drain. So I'm constantly running downstairs if I don't plan pretty much right on par. So it is a lot of really being researched for the evening and finding out exactly what I need upstairs. Downstairs I do have plenty of space, so I'm lucky that way that I can store rows and rows of items. I thought that bag-in-box was incredibly easy to use as far as the time to turn around the box and get it open for customers. It was fine. I was excited that customers seemed to really dig the new packaging and be interested in the looks. When it comes to opening, I would say that the box wine has an advantage over bottled wine. When you're opening bottles, you always have that worry of cracking a cork in half, those types of things. Also with a box, you're opening it much less since there's 3 to 4 bottles in there, so that alone saves time and energy. Storing box wine at my bar was incredibly easy. It fit so well in my cooler. It was light years above bottled wine as far as keeping bottles on their side, worrying if they're gonna leak out, worrying if they're gonna ice over. It was just so much better. As far as downstairs in my dry storage area, couldn't be easier. Box wine in my storage area is not a problem at all. With this, I don't need racks, just some shelves, and boxes, easy. I was really excited to see my customers' reactions to box wine. Just the packaging itself was so much above what I was expecting to show up at my door, and they really kind of dug it. It was kind of an interesting thing where the taste went above their expectations of what box wine would be, so it was a really nice thing to see happening. Right now I dispose of empty bottles, just typical garbage. Unfortunately, the Dells doesn't have a recycling program set up. There's an extra fee and cost, but that's something I'm looking into, trying to be a green business. I see bag-in-box as an incredibly green alternative. Yes, it would be much easier for disposal, both in the amount of room it took up, which is important when times get busy in the summer, running 3 or 4 garbage cans of trash outside because bottles fill it up, whereas I can break these boxes down and easily dispose of my waste. For better pour control, I would say that the box wine is smoother. I still traditionally rely on the imaginary line on the glass to do my 5-ounce pours, but it is a little bit more control with the box wine. My by the glass strategy changed completely. With a traditional 750 milliliter strategy, my first glass replaced my second glass, bought my next bottle, and the third glass was just pure profit. With a box wine, I have how many? 2, 3 bottles of profit in there? It's a completely different strategy.